All right, Russell. Let's get to your silver medal topic.
Kind of in that same vein of opening night in the NBA on Tuesday, there was some really good games. Of course, you have the Cavs and Boston. Kyrie Irving coming back home. Gordon Hayward playing in his first game in a Boston Celtics uniform, and unfortunately, very quick into that debut, just a really just horrific injury for Gordon Hayward. He dislocated his tibia. It's just an awful injury. But then you look up and there's almost the whole game left. And for the Boston Celtics to be able to stay focused in that game after what happened to Gordon Hayward, it's actually pretty remarkable. And if you think about it, it really forced a couple question marks that I had for them for the season to really Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
I didn't know how those two players were with Gordon Hayward or without Gordon Hayward.
They played well.
Basically, they play in the same position. Both have strengths, both have their weaknesses, but both of them played really well. Jaylen Brown had 25 points on the board in 4 minutes, and Jason Tatum had, I believe, 16 points and 9 rebounds.
Right.
So both of them played really well. And Gordon Hayward will probably be out this whole season.
Yeah.
And those two guys are going to be really good, especially if Boston looks to remain as one of the powerhouses in the East.
Yeah.
So that was a really big thing last night. And then in the second game, we had Golden State taking on Houston.
Yeah,
a little trouble in paradise for the Warriors who lose on their banner raising and the ring night, like most teams do, to be honest.
Right.
But their defense was a little porous.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Houston usually the team noted for not playing great defense, but it was Golden State who had their deficiencies.
Right.
Of course, we talk about it all the time. Me and Niles do that. Steph Curry is barbecue chicken.
Exactly.
Anybody's best player should go after him at all times.
All times.
But with Draymond out in this knee injury, Draymond can cover up a lot of deficiencies. There's only a few players who can do that.
Yeah.
If you look at Jimmy Butler, you look at LeBron, if you look at Kawhi Leonard, those are the players he's on defense. But with Draymond being hurt and not being 100% with that knee, it's really gonna put a blow to the Golden State Warriors team defense.
Yeah.
You know, and so that'll be really interesting to go forward. Of course, they had we talked about a couple weeks ago with Nick Young. He showed out that first game.
Yeah, he did.
And showed why, even though they might be the best defensive team as they were in years past, that team can still put up 120 points on you in a heartbeat.
Exactly. That's true. Yeah, I don't think enough people are talking about the Warriors-Rockets game just because just all the theatrics in the game that came on before. But yeah, the Warriors look very good out the gate on offense, but yeah, on defense they look very just kind of nonchalant. And of course, it's the first game of a long regular season. I do get that. But they didn't look that good on defense. And James Harden looked really good on offense. They made James Harden look even better than I think he actually is. Like James, he tore him up. Because at the end of the game, I saw some footage where they were right before the little game interviews. Chris Paul was just like yelling at James Harden. He was like, he can't guard you, talking about Klay Thompson. Because the Warriors boast how good of a perimeter defender Klay Thompson was. I didn't see it though. I didn't see it the other night. I didn't. James Harden was cooking him and anybody else that came to try to check him with a white jersey on the other night. And Chris Paul, I don't think enough credit's been given. He only had 4 points, and he really led that offense well with his 11 assists. But I think I was kind of skeptical of how him and James would work. But I mean, it looked good. I'm not sold on the Rockets, and I'm not gonna say they're gonna beat the Warriors in a series or anything. But it was a cool game to watch. Then with the Celtics thing. Jason Tatum playing late into the fourth quarter, I was very surprised by that and very surprised by his composure and poise. He made the right plays. He didn't take any bad shots. He passed when he needed to. He shot when he needed to. And Jaylen Brown, I think, is going to be a superstar. I think he's going to be a player like Jimmy Butler that after about 2 or 3 years of development becomes a superstar in this league after being kind of passed over by a couple teams. I think a lot of teams are going to be kicking themselves if they didn't draft him. So, yeah. Oh, and Cleveland. What about them Nike ripped jerseys? That was weird, you know. That's why I put up Facebook. I'm just glad Nike don't make condoms because all y'all will be buying them. So I'm just glad because them jerseys was like I don't know that because he was the second one, right? It was a Laker player that theirs ripped in the preseason, right? Something like that.
Yeah. Who was that first? It was one of those preseason games.
Yeah.
Somebody had a ripped jersey.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Seth Curry?
It might have been.
Yeah.
But yeah, Cleveland looked good though. I think they're gonna be decent.
I liked.
One thing to talk about, my bad, Eric.
No problem. No problem.
How Kyrie Irving and the Cavs kind of had their moment after the game. Of course, you couldn't write a better ending to that game. Kyrie with the ball in his hand, at a chance for a game time 3 with LeBron guarding him. Of course, he misses the shot, but even after that, he gives LeBron some love. They have their old handshake, and then Kyrie goes over and does his old handshakes with all his former Cavs teammates, and that was really cool to see.
Yeah, no
they were able
loss.
to put all that that had been leading up to the game. And just having that moment together, because I mean, honestly, these was a family. You're not gonna always look eye to eye with your family, so it was cool that they had that moment.
I'm glad there's no love lost there. That was cool.
I thought the unsung hero of the Rockets game was really Eric Gordon. I thought he stepped up.
He has got to stay healthy.
The one thing about the Rockets, though, is they're very prone to injuries because they have a lot of players who, on other teams, they were given roles that were bigger and too much for them. But now they're in the perfect position 1 through 12 of what they're assigned to do. Trevor Ariza on certain teams was given too much, and then on this team it's the perfect amount. Eric Gordon. There's a list of guys
Ryan
where
Anderson.
Yeah, Ryan, and if you go down the line, if really any Jenga piece falls from this tower, it's really going to affect them going forward. And so I worry about that. With the Celtics, I really like Jason Tatum and the way he stepped up.
He's amazing.
Kyrie Irving is really offensively.
He has no weaknesses on offense.
His shot seems to have improved. So did LeBron's. Both their strokes looked really good. It was a really good night for the NBA. I think everyone was really happy. Russell, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Why did Gordon Hayward, why did he leave the Utah Jazz? It was so he could join a cast in the Boston Celtics. It was, that's what happened, that's why, fuck you, Gordon Hayward. As a Utah Jazz fan,
you a hater, bro.
I could say...
No, you don't even live in Utah anymore because it sucks. Like, how you gonna be mad at Gordon Hayward?
Do you want to know why I'm a Utah Jazz fan? Because Utah sucks, and I had to go through that, and I am repping them so hard because I had to go through those scars. There are scars in my heart.
How you gonna make a man that's not from Utah live his life in Utah? Like,
exactly.
I don't care. Rudy Gobert, they were about to do something, and here's the thing.
Ricky Rubio.
I thought my Gordon Hayward voodoo doll worked, but it was probably, it's Utah. It was probably the prayers of Mormons. And if you think about it,
stupid, bro.
I was thinking, does karma exist? Does God exist? But now I'm thinking, does Mormon God exist? As a Jew, I'm thinking we've been wrong for 5,700 years. Maybe we should think about going to Mormonism.
So Gordon Hayward getting hurt is gonna make you switch religions now.
It's clearly proof that Mormons were right. I mean, they have been praying since he left. Break a leg, break a leg. Because here's how Mormons work. They're really passive aggressive. So as Gordon was leaving, they were just like, they're trying to be sweet. And they're like, hope you break a leg in Boston. And then he just left, and that was it, and people were thinking, the Mormons, they want me to do well. No, they literally wanted you to break a leg in Boston.
Man, get better, Gordon. All the best for you, bro. I don't blame you. If I was a rich white dude, Boston would be the first place I would go to.
Well, the reason why Russell's wearing black because he's attending the funeral of Gordon Hayward, and I feel bad, I feel bad, but I don't feel bad.
So many offensive sound bites this episode.
Yeah, I'm getting a reel to not be hired ever.
We losing all the sponsors.